What's up, Facebook, family, friends of family, family of friends? Welcome back to another episode of my little mixology show, Rob the Rich, Free the Poor. This week we are featuring several cocktails from a great book that I picked up a few weeks ago, Vintage Spirits and Forgotten Cocktails. So I'm going to read you a little bit of the foreword. Greetings, cocktail archaeologists. You have presumably picked up this book, intrigued by the concept of the forgotten cocktail, and this is what I'm serving up. This book will not repeat the time-worn cocktails of old. The old fashions, martinis, rusty nails, margaritas, and Negronis are all good drinks, but you can find them anywhere. Odd twists of fate have seen wonderful old recipes discarded by the wayside. And of course, there's a fire truck in the background. God bless Long Beach. God bless my city. Holy shit. Just give me a second. The main fire truck, the main fire station is a block from our house. Anyway, okay, here we go. Odd twists of fate have seen wonderful old recipes discarded by the wayside, and it is my goal to see them enjoyed again. For this book, I have handpicked, this is the author reading to you, by the way, 100 delicious cocktails rarely made today, and believe me, all of them deserve revival. Some of them are from the 19th century, some are from the Prohibition era, some are from after World War II, as the golden age of the cocktail was waning. All are retrieved from extremely uncommon sources. Since I found these drinks, they are not entirely forgotten, but if you walk up to a bar and order one, and the bartender knows how to make it, then that's a bartender worth noting. In fact, some of these drinks were found carefully penned into old cocktail manuals or on scraps of paper and may never have been published. They are treasures indeed. And I strongly encourage you, this was maybe $20. I found this on Amazon. So if you saw the little teaser for the thing today, just check this book out, man. This is some really, really cool shit that we're gonna get into today. All right, the first one is called Cameron's Kick. Cameron's Kick is from circa 1924, from Cocktails by Jimmy, late of Ciro's in London in 1924. And I made this. Gosh, when was that? Friday night. I sampled all of these Friday night. Didn't finish them. I had a little sips of either. I'm trying to introduce a little moderation into this whole thing. As I finish my Vesper, here we go. I gotta put my pre-game cocktail aside. All right, so Cameron's Kick is gonna use orgeat syrup, which is an almond syrup, which is kind of rad. So we're gonna start with 3/4 of an ounce of orgeat syrup, almond syrup. You can get this pretty much anywhere. You know, I got this one at Smart and Final. You know, they've got all the syrups, and this is our sweetener agent. About 3/4 of an ounce of that. We're gonna drop the syrup in first, and then we're gonna follow this up with some lemon juice. I pre-squozed all my citrus. I promise they're all fresh squozed citrus, but I did it in advance. 3/4 of an ounce of our lemon juice. So this is the classic whiskey sour, but we're gonna use two kinds of whiskey. We're gonna go with Scotch and Irish. And now that I think about it, we should call it Shetland's Kick, because you know what? The Shetlands are both Scottish and Irish. We're both. And we might even be some German in there too. We're not really sure. So next we're gonna use 1.5 ounces of a blended Scotch whiskey, and it says mild. So this is Duncan Taylor. This is great. This is a five stars. This is a great little blended Scotch. I got this from Total Wine & More. 1.5 ounces. I happen to have 1.5 ounces jigger, so we're gonna pour that in. Ooh, right to the wash line. Let's go. No drips, no waste. Get some. Next, 1.5 ounces of Irish whiskey. We're using Bushmills. It's beautiful. It's triple distilled. It's beautiful. So we're gonna go 1.5 ounces. So it's basically a whiskey sour, you guys. This is what we made. But instead of, it's brilliant. Instead of using just a plain old simple syrup, sugar and water, you use the orgeat. So it's got the almond in there, and man, the flavor is out of this world in this thing. I made it on Friday, and I really wanted to finish the whole thing, but I didn't want to be using my gluteus maximus cheeks to like walk. So I only had half. So pop that in. Let's give it a good shake. Shake it long enough to get, I've learned to use a little less ice. Kind of like, and a lot of these historic cocktails, you guys, they didn't have a lot of ice. They were harvesting ice from the various sources that they had. And I've got kind of a modern glass here, but it's kind of, there it is. And you just strain it. We just strain it into a glass with a lemon twist. It's basically a whiskey sour, you guys. Oh, look at that. Beautiful. Good enough, close to the wash line, and then a lemon twist. So we got our fresh lemon. Rip off a little bit of our lemon twist. Fresh lemons, bought this morning from the Trader of Joe's. You want to wipe that around, twist it up a little bit, drop it on the side, and here's Cameron's Kick. Cheers. Oh man, that almond syrup, I'm telling you guys, if anyone's a fan of whiskey sours, get some of this almond syrup and make a whiskey sour. Any whiskey will do. This is a blend of Scotch and Scotch and Irish whiskey. I might be tempted. Yeah, no, that's great balance. I was thinking, it might be worth it. I've got some Johnny Walker Double Black that I got from my dear old dad, but that might be a little too peaty, but we'll see. I mean, next time I make this, whenever that is, we might give that a try, but that's really refreshing. Super light, great balance. The citrus, it's just a great whiskey sour. But it doesn't have egg white, so it doesn't call for egg white, and the orgeat in there is just fantastic. All right, I know my taste tester. Let me give it a whirl. All right, my lovely taste tester, off camera, is going to give that a try. And I think yeah, you could go. It's good, right? What do you want? Oh yeah, you got no. All right, no. No, it's too late. It's too late. All right, cool. Next, we've got the Rising Sun. All right, so that one's good. Let me take another sip of my my Vesper, my little pregame. Yeah, that's great. That's wonderful. I wanted to go finish it, but I have 3 others to make for you. All right, next is the Rising Sun. This is from Cocktails by Jimmy. Same place, Ciro's, London. This is from circa 1924, everybody. Got some new folks on the show tonight. Is that Justin Cunha on the show tonight? This afternoon, I should say. Good to see you, Justin. Thank you so much, everybody. Mom and Dad, thanks for joining me on my little hobby show. This one is great. This one surprised me when I made this on Friday. That this tasted really good. So this is kind of I don't know where he was going with this. All right, I'm going to start with the Grenadine. Okay, so I don't make my own Grenadine. I did make raspberry syrup earlier today. I made my own fresh raspberry syrup, which we're going to do on a bonus cocktail in just a few moments. But, roses, I use it sparingly, because it has that high fructose corn syrup. It's very, very sweet. So we're only going to do like a scant 1/4 ounce, just barely a little bit. As I've learned the hard way with Grenadine, a little bit goes a long way. So we're gonna put that on there. Next is, let's do 3 dashes of Ango. So 3 dashes of Angostura bitters. If you don't have Angostura bitters in your home bar, you need to get some, because these are 1, 2, 3, and 3.5, 4, because I really love Ango. This stuff has been around forever. If you're looking to just get into like entry-level mixology, just get yourself some Angostura bitters. I got these at Smart and Final. They're like everywhere. They're even at Vaughn's, like down the street. At your neighborhood grocery store. They're sort of everywhere, which is really cool. Next, we're gonna do 1/2 ounce of Curacao. I am using Pierre Ferrand. This is the original stuff, you guys. This is the legit historic Curacao. I'm trying to use, all of the old school, mixers and I should say not mixers, but modifiers that I have that have been around a really long time, that probably would have been used when all these cocktails were created. 1/2 ounce of pineapple juice, again from my favorite place, Smart and Final, the place where we buy stuff. I bought this pineapple juice a while ago, and it works really good. The balance in this thing, oh my gosh, this is fantastic. Oh, there's a question. Do I use the sugar-free? Oh, no, Jackie, I've never tried the sugar-free Tarani syrups. I did not know those were a thing. I would imagine they're good. I guess my feeling is, if I'm gonna make a cocktail, I'm gonna make a cocktail. Unless I'm making, a mocktail, which I have the ingredients to make mocktails. I feel like when it's time to make a cocktail, let's make the real thing. But yeah, I haven't tried those. I wonder if they're any good. I will check them out. All right, Ango, Grenadine, Curacao, pineapple. Next is 2 ounces of cognac. This is I don't know I don't speak French. I don't know what this is, but it's good. 2 ounces of this. This is a VS. Yeah, very special. Just a standard. I think it's very reasonable. Beautiful fortified brandy, as you guys know. All right. Oh, pineapple. Oh my gosh, this is, and and some of these you can kind of, as I taste them, I'm kind of like, wow. You taste the history of like, how did we make a thing like a Mai Tai and things like that. Nice high shake. Get that going. Ice melted nicely. All right. Smack that bad boy apart. All right. Here we go. And we're gonna be very historic on this one. Lemon twist once again. We're gonna serve this one in a coupe. I've got my, oh, look at that color. Oh, baby. That's rad. So it kind of is like a Jack Rose, but it's got a little pineapple. I mean, very creative. Originally, a lot of these, cocktails, they were, ooh, that's not gonna work. I'm trying to get a lemon twist off a lemon that doesn't have much rind left. So let me pull off the stickers and let me get a better one here, you guys. Let me try again. I know I should be using a Y peeler. I know, Justin, if you're still watching, I know if I was working in your bar, you would fire my ass on the spot. But I'm just a hobbyist, whatever this thing. So, all right, this is the Rising Sun. Cheers. Oh wow, the pineapple in that. Ooh, that's good. It's like, it has like little glimpses of Mai Tai-esque, tiki-esque, because the pineapple juice is in there. The sweetening agent of the Grenadine. The Grenadine gives you the color. I don't know. I might be tempted to use some other sweetener, but that's what's giving you the color, which gives you that beautiful thing. The Ango it's in there, but it doesn't really come through. But really the pineapple and the base spirit of cognac, oh my gosh. That's so smooth. That's definitely a sipper. The cognac, man. there's such an interesting balance between the cognac and pineapple. You wouldn't think that cognac and pineapple would work together. You know, usually rum, right? Usually rum and pineapple. We think rum and pineapple. But that's brilliant. I mean, this guy, you know, who knows? Maybe it was like, shit, someone ordered some cocktail and he didn't have the spirit, and he just threw cognac in there and made it go. So, cheers. Trading. Can I have a sip of that other one? All right, one more. What was my first one? Cameron's Kick. All right. Any tasting notes? I think the first one is the almond. Oh, that almond! I'm telling you, I'm a sucker for almonds, so I just love that one. All right, the next is let's see what we got. All right, the Blinker. The Blinker. Let's read you guys a little bit of history. The teacher in me is, you know, I want to read you this stuff. This is a great book. It was like $20, you know, and it's got the comb binding, nice hardcover. It's great. The Blinker first appeared in Patrick Garvin Duffy's The Official Mixer's Manual in 1934. So now we're talking post-Prohibition. Blinker was another term for blinders, such as one might outfit a horse or mule to keep with its eyes on the road. All right. So cool. And then here's why I'm excited about this one. Because this one I read up, and he says grenadine was specified in the original recipe, and it's fine if unremarkable that way. And raspberry syrup was a common substitute. So okay. So here's the deal. I also have read Jerry Thomas's great book. I have read David Wondrick's Imbibe. I have been doing research now for a year on all this kind of stuff, and I have come to the conclusion that according, especially Jerry Thomas, you know, like he's basically our guy, you guys. He's the father of all bartending and mixology. If Jerry Thomas says, "Yo, raspberry syrup is better," that's what we're gonna use. And I made my own homemade raspberry simple syrup. You get a bag of frozen raspberries, put them in a saucepan, add a cup of sugar, and I did a cup and a half of water, so I cut the sugar a little bit just to make it a little less sweet, because the raspberries are already pretty sweet. So we've got some scratch-made raspberry syrup for this cocktail. So I'm really glad to share this one with the Blinker. And this one's another beautiful one. So, 2 ounces. No. Okay. So let's start with our raspberry syrup. We're going to go with a half an ounce of our raspberry syrup. And man, you know, I'm going to tell you guys, once you start making your own syrups, you're never going to want to buy store-bought shit ever again. I mean, God bless them. They're great. But it's really not that, like, I mean, you can get one of these for like $2 or something and keep it in the fridge. You know, I make all my syrups, you know, whether it's honey syrup or honey ginger, raspberry, simple, all of it. You know, just you keep it in your fridge, and you know, if you're interested in kind of I'm interested in having a cocktail experience that more closely represents how these cocktails like originally, you know, were produced and presented to people. Cheers. I gotta have one more sip of my little Vesper. This is like 1960s style martini kind of stuff. All right, let's get serious. Here we go. So we did our raspberry syrup. 1 ounce, 1 full ounce. Oh my gosh. Fresh squoze grapefruit juice. I promise, it's fresh. It's fresh squeeze. I squoezed it myself earlier. 1 ounce of grapefruit. Grapefruit and raspberry, if that's your sweetener and if that's your acid, that's not going to suck at all. This is basically another whiskey sour, you guys. And then this one, 2 ounces of Old Overholt. Let me see how much I can. I'm at the bottom of the bottle here with my Old Overholt. I'm going to laugh if it's like right on the money. Oh, shit, right on the money. Oh. Sorry, Justin, a little overpour. Don't fire me, you know. All right. So, all right. Oh, this is going to be so good. Oh, my gosh. Raspberry and rye and grapefruit juice. Oh, it's a beautiful sound. I love that sound. I don't know what's about it. I'm a mixologaholic at this point. I love that sound. All right, and we're gonna serve it in. All right, what do we got? We're gonna do Nick and Nora glass, because I have these Nick and Nora glass that I've got. I am not sponsored by anyone. I just love their products, but I'm giving a shout out to barproducts.com. A fantastic, not too bad. Yeah, pretty good to the wash line. I think this is a very elegant, you got your raspberry syrup in there, and then, lemon twist once again. Seem to have been all about the lemon twist, which is fine. I'm good with that. That's fine. I love this. I'm gonna do a fixes episode, which is like a bunch of crushed ice and a lot of, sort of like a lot of stuff. So we're gonna express that. It's kind of a large twist. Let's pop a little lemon twist on that. All right, this is the blinker. Cheers. Oh, that's beautiful. Oh my God. What? Shut the front door. Oh. Let me just take that in. That is fantastic. I was skeptical. I didn't make this one because I didn't have the raspberry syrup on Friday when I was doing my research for this show, and I didn't have the raspberry syrup, so I didn't make this. And then I made the raspberry syrup, and I was remembering, I know there were some of these cocktails that had raspberry syrup, so I made the raspberry syrup, and so this is the first time I made it. Holy shit, that is so good. All right. Let me see if I can find the words. Get you guys some tasting notes. So, wow, the rye and old Overholt. Pardon me, I just threw it into the thing. And that's what was what was suggested in the book. Old Overholt rye, super spicy. I've done shows on, all whiskeys are whiskeys, right? But bourbon is one thing, rye is one thing, Scotch is one thing, Canadian is another. We'll do another show at some point, kind of talking about the differences between them. But basically, rye as a grain is super bitter. So you've got to, you've got to have modifiers and citrus or sweeteners that can put up with that rye, and I'm blown away. This is great. So it's it's like a standard sort of whiskey sour kind of a thing, but the raspberry, get a little of that raspberry. The rye is right up front. Grapefruit juice is great, because to use lemon juice in this, I think would have ruined it. I think it would have ruined the balance, because like lemon would have been too tart. The grapefruit is just that right, that's like perfect balance of like tart and sweet. So, dude, this cat, whoever made this one, this is great, And I don't know if Justin, if you're still on this, you guys, you should put this on your menu. This is great. It's old and historic. It's called the Blinker. You guys can make money on this cocktail. This is great. Wow. I got one more, but I want to soak that in. Yeah, it's the rye. Shit, if I made this with bourbon or Scotch, like that's kind of been my criticism of rye. Like, I'm not a huge rye fan, because it's so bitter. And maybe it's like there's no bitters in that. I don't know if you're gonna like that or not. I have a off-camera taste tester. See? Oh, really? All right, a little impressive. 1, 2, and 3. All right, she's like, all right, guys, we got one more. It's called the Derby, and this is basically it was gonna maybe kind of be like a mint julep, but I didn't get no mint, so. We're just going to have to garnish it with a little bit of lime, so you have to... Oh, really? Do we have mint?
Let me check.
Oh, that'd be rad. If you've got mint, my lovely wife is going to check and see if we've got any mint. I think that would be the perfect garnish for this next cocktail. This is the Derby. Let's see. What do they say? Let's read it. Look at our last one here. Right. There has always been a certain simpatico correspondence between the cocktail and horse racing. Boxing and the track are the true traditional sports of the United States. Even more, I'm trying to form my words, but I've had a little cocktails. More so than baseball. The Georgia Mint Julep has become a mascot of sorts, blah, blah, blah. He keeps talking. Okay, so basically this is a julep, right? It's a julep. But it's not a mint julep, it's just a julep. So.
Basil or green onion?
No. All right. So she says basil or green onion. We're just going to do lime then because there's lime juice as the citrus in this. All right. So we are going to start with, that could be cool. I'm going to use, my orange curacao. We need, sweet. A beautiful flower garnish. We got some flower garnish here. All right, that's beautiful. All right, half an ounce of orange curacao. So we're coming back to our Pierre. I was gonna say Pierre Ferrando. Pierre Ferrand. That's the original, historic stuff. Orange curacao. 3/4 of an ounce of fresh lime juice. Again, I promise. I squozed it earlier. It's
a word, really.
It's my word. It's my word for my show. Squozed. Instead of squeezed, it's squozed. A mint julep. For Dr. McCoy. I'm a bartender, goddammit. I'm not a doctor. I'm a doctor of drinks and music. All right, lime juice, orange juice. Half an ounce of sweet vermouth. Yeah, this is.
Remarkably, we still have rosemary too.
What the hell? Okay, we have rosemary. That might not suck. Why don't you bring me one of those? We'll do both. All right, so we're gonna use, and this stuff's been around forever. So this is the best.
This is for Christmas.
Oh my gosh. Yeah, we're gonna use rosemary and a flower. Dude, the garnish on this is gonna be so rad because we're gonna do lime and the rosemary and the flower. This is gonna be all Southern. Everything's gonna be all plussed up. I used to work for a lady and she said, I'm Southern. I could put 4 syllables in flat. Flat. So anyway, sweet vermouth. If you're looking to make anything, any sweet, Manhattan, anything, Carpano Antica. This is your friend. This is what you want. This is the best. It's the best sweet vermouth ever. This is so good. So we've already. I hope I put it in there already. I don't know, you guys. Towards the end of the show, I get a little loopy. All right, next we're gonna do bourbon. So we need an ounce. I'm actually gonna plus it up to 1.5 ounces. I did this the other day. And I'm going to use Old Forester. This is bottled in bond, 100 proof. Old Forester, everybody, was the first bourbon to actually bottle their bourbon. At the time, bourbon was kind of, it was in barrels, and you would just show up with your jug, and, you could get your bourbon and put it in the jug and take it home. But Old Forester was one of the first ones to realize, hey, you put it in glass, bottle, and it has integrity of the flavor. So we owe a debt of gratitude to Old Forester. I have other bourbons on the shelf. I have Larceny, I have Blackridge, I have a bunch of stuff. But we're going to use Old Forester because I think it's appropriate. All right. And again, we're going to go 1.5 ounces. I know, last one, I'm a little loopy. There we go. We're going to drop that in. It's going to be good, y'all. It's going to be good. We're going to derby. What are we doing? We're derbying this out, man. All right, so we need a little ice for the shake. Not a lot, just a little bit, because we're going to put this in a highball with crushed ice. So pop this on. Nice high shake. pretty good. Move this to the side. All right. Good stuff. Just for research purposes, I'm going to have another sip of my Vesper Martini that I made earlier. Oh, shit. It's definitely the part of the show where I struggle to formulate words. Oh, shit. All right. Highball glass. Here we go. Fill you with some, whoa! Get out of the way! Crushed ice. So we're kind of making a julep. Making a mess, you guys. Holy shit. I'm making a fucking mess here. All right. So we're, let's imagine, you're at the horse race, whatever. So it's kind of a, oh shit. Okay, here we go. Woo! Everything's hitting me now. You guys laughing at my ass. It's only the last part of the show. You're like, let's see if Shetland can fucking finish the show. All right, so look at this. Oh shit, look at that. Let's go. Look at this. Beautiful. Oh God in heaven. Oh, if I was at a race, holy shit, this is exactly what I would want. Rosemary. I got a flower. I don't got no mint, but I got a flower. I got rosemary, and then we're going to do some lime, baby. We're going to lime this out. We're going to put a little lime on there, too. We're going to put that on the side right there. Oh, here we go. Look at that bit of beautifulness. If that's not a garnish, I don't know what is, man. So the Derby, our final cocktail. Cheers. Let's go. You know what? I know mint. Oh. Woo! I know mint is supposed to be the thing for the julep, but that's pretty great. It maybe could stand to be a weeny bit sweeter. But I understand why them southern people like these juleps, Yeah, I think, shit, the only thing, I think the mint would be great. And just maybe a half an ounce of,
What's this?
That's the Derby. Yeah, go ahead and take a sip. Does it need to be any sweeter? No?
That's my
Alright.
order of
Okay, so we're on the rankings over there, which we'll do. So thanks again for joining me here on our little show. We're gonna be back in 2 weeks. I'm with marching band being back in a thing, whatever. We're going, maybe twice a month. A couple. The weekly thing is hard to keep up with, so we'll be back in a couple of weeks. Keep you posted. I don't know what the show's going to be about. It's going to be about cocktails for sure. Probably some more of these forgotten but kind of awesome drinks. I think this is part of what I love the most is the renaissance of, discovering. We had cocktails for a really long time. Really long time. What the fuck am I saying? So, 1800s, early 1900s, and then Prohibition hit, and then we sort of kind of forgot about them, and then they sort of came back, and artistry and craft cocktails were a thing, and then we had the dark times of the 50s and 60s where no one cared. They just, I don't know, no one cared, and then with the 2000s and Dale DeGroff and Milk and Honey and anyway, we just sort of came back to it. So, and now we're kind of back into it again. So, thanks again. Really appreciate everybody joining me live or you're seeing this later. And we'll see you next time. Peace, love, and happiness. And be well. Have a good night.